We began in New York, and our lands there were promised to us forever by President George Washington. That lasted only till the 1820s. We came to Wisconsin and we negotiated a treaty that provided a base in conjunction with the Menominee, and that was eroded in the 1830s. We found throughout the periods and policies that came along subsequently that our land base continued to be eroded. And we committed ourselves to ensuring that we reacquired the land and that those lands could never be taken from us again, that there would always be a place for the Oneida Nation going forward.
Oneida has a 7 generations vision that any decision that we make today affects that 7th generation not born. And correspondingly back, that 7 generations back, those leaders had made decisions for us that we're benefiting from today. And we try and do that in every decision we make today, that we look further than ourselves, we look further than our kids, and that when we accomplish something in our term, our lifetime, that it echoes across, generations, that they see that we were looking out for them when they come to this position, when they come to a point in their life that they can make decisions for others, that they too look at a greater picture, at the greater community, at the greater values and traditions and culture that Oneida has, that we carry that forward. And that's the most important thing, that we carry on our traditions, our culture and language.
We're an inherent sovereign, and we have that. Nobody gave that to us. That's something that we've had since the beginning of time. And if anybody gave it to us, it was the Creator. When we moved from New York to Wisconsin, I don't think that changed in any one shape or form. I think that enhanced our ability and exercising our sovereignty.
We have to remember that it's those key elements, that core of who we are as Oneida people, that gives us the base, that gives us the foundation to be strong, that gives us the ability to be different and unique.
It's not a blood quantum, it's not a skin tone, it's not a hair color. It's what you feel inside, and it's what you carry on to your kids, and how you want Oneida to continue.
We had a lot of tribes. When we moved over here, like for the Pequots, for instance, they came. We did a bingo training seminars. Actually, yes. Well, we opened it up to anybody. This was a bingo, but Pequots came here. They came here 2 times before before they were just in the middle of being recognized as a tribe. But they wanted to start bingo, and they came to us. And I might have some of that documentation. I just found a whole box of my old memos from 1983. So, we had them people come in, and we trained them. They spent like 3-4 days here. They paid us X amount of dollars to do that. And we showed them how to run a bingo and how to start it, and the games we did, and payout, all of that stuff. They wanted to learn how. So we did it. And then
we had people from Mount Pleasant, Michigan.
Yes, right, that's right.
Yes.
Yes. I think more and more, especially now that I'm getting older, I believe we started it. I believe Elma and I, the idea we had, and her pushing me to go ahead and do this, we did it.
I think Oneida is recognized nationally throughout Indian country because of the strength of its leaders, because of the commitment that it has made to its people. In many ways, Oneida is admired as a model. There are no millionaires here. There are, however, 3,100 jobs. There are programs and services that go far beyond those which are available in most tribes across the country. And the commitment continues to be to the people.
And And the thing is, with our operation, we did so much for our community. I'm just talking about our community, because even with that, with the two I told you, the retail and our Oneida Police, we also had our nursing home that we were in the midst of building. And the health center. And so we had a group of people there too. And again, they were women. There were women who wrote up all the documentation for that nursing home and that health center. And those group of ladies, we let them have one bingo session a week. And their profits went to buy things for the nursing home that they couldn't afford, that weren't in the grant, like clocks for every room, you know, things like that that they didn't have the money for. And they ran a bingo game. So our health center and nursing home is also a spin-off when it comes to some of the dollars that we made went to those areas, because we needed to do it. We needed to do it.
There have, in my lifetime here, been now about 4 generations of people building, always building. Never retreating, looking at what the needs of the nation are, always trying to find something more comprehensive, more sophisticated, a better way to do things. And we've taken what was literally a few hundred acres to a point where we now have almost a third of the reservation back. We've developed these programs and services in a way that are really very comprehensive. Not that they can't be made more sophisticated, but understand that when I first came back, none of that even existed. And so if you needed something, you went to family. And you basically had to take care of yourself. Everyone had to care for themselves because nobody really had anything to be able to help except for that human condition, that human commitment to working together, to being strong. And I think a lot of that contributed to the motivation for us back in those days. We always saw ourselves working together and building. That desire to make something better is part of those generations. Seeing that relationship, seeing ourselves as Oneidas, seeing ourselves as building this nation and making it stronger. We are a people with a very proud history, and that history deserves to be understood. We need to remember that for every other American, there is some place in the world where their culture and their language and their traditions will continue to exist. For us, that place is only here. So if we don't take that mantle, if we don't assume those responsibilities, no one can for us, and we essentially cease to exist.